You are about to walk into a room. Maybe it's a conversation you've been avoiding for weeks. Maybe it's a decision with no version that doesn't cost you something. And before you've said a single word, your body has already started reacting. Your hand is colder than it should be. Your throat feels tighter. Somewhere underneath your ribs, something has started to shake, just slightly, in a way you can't will away. That is not weakness. That is not you overreacting. That is one of the oldest, most precisely documented responses the human body has. And it was written down, symptom by symptom, over 3,000 years ago, by a warrior, standing at the edge of the largest decision of his life. Arjuna is standing in his chariot, bow in hand, looking at the army in front of him for the first time and realizing exactly who is standing in it. Teachers, cousins, elders who held him as a child. What happens to him next isn't described as an emotion, it's described as a list. 8 things, one after another, happening to his body in real time, almost too fast for him to name them. We're going to go through all 8, exactly as they happened to him, because if you've ever frozen before a hard moment in your own life, you are going to recognize every single one. Sign 1. His limbs give way. Not metaphorically, his legs actually start to fail him, standing in his own chariot. This is real, and it's measurable. Under acute stress, blood gets pulled away from your legs and redirected to your core, preparing you to either fight or run. The result is the opposite of readiness. Your legs feel like they belong to someone else. Sign 2. His mouth dries out completely. Your digestive system, including saliva production, is one of the first things your nervous system shuts down under threat. Digestion isn't useful in an emergency, so the body simply switches it off mid-sentence without asking you. Sign 3. His whole body starts to shake. That's adrenaline dumped into your bloodstream faster than your muscles know what to do with it. The tremble isn't your body breaking down, it's raw, unspent energy with nowhere to go yet. Sign 4. His hair stands on end. This one is older than fear itself, evolutionarily speaking. It's called piloerection, the same reflex that puffs up a frightened animal to look larger. Humans still have it. We just don't have the fur left to make it useful anymore. Sign 5. The bow, his weapon, his identity, the thing he is famous for never losing his grip on, slides out of his hand. Under real panic, fine motor control is one of the very first things to go. This is why people fumble their keys, drop their phones, can't get a zipper to work in the exact moment they need their hands the most. Sign 6. His skin starts to burn with no source of heat anywhere near him. That's your blood vessels dilating near the surface of your skin, part of the same emergency system trying to cool your core down in case you're about to need to run. It feels like fire. It's actually your body preparing an exit that never comes. Sign 7. He can no longer stand on his own feet. This is what happens when everything above, the legs, the trembling, the redirected blood flow, reaches its limit at the same time. The body simply asks to be lowered. It's not defeat, it's a system in overload, asking for the ground. Sign 8. His mind starts to spin. Thoughts arriving out of order, none of them landing long enough to become a decision. This is your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for reasoning and decision-making, temporarily losing priority to older, faster survival circuitry. In the moment you most need to think clearly, your brain is, biologically, the least equipped to let you. 8 signs. Not one of them was Arjuna choosing to be afraid. Every single one of them was his body making the decision for him, faster than his mind could weigh in. This is what makes this passage so different from every other moment of fear in the Gita. It isn't described as a feeling. It's described as a body in full, involuntary revolt. Fight or flight isn't actually the whole story. There's a third response, and it's the one almost nobody names correctly. Freeze. When a threat feels too large, too close, or too impossible to resolve, the nervous system doesn't always choose to fight or run. Sometimes it simply stops. That is exactly where Arjuna lands, not fighting, not fleeing, standing motionless in his own chariot, weapon on the ground, unable to move in either direction. Then he says something that anyone who has ever been truly stuck will recognize immediately. I see only bad omens. I see no good coming from this, whichever way it goes. That is not indecision in the normal sense. That is a mind so overloaded that it has stopped being able to tell one option apart from another. Psychologists call this catastrophic thinking, when every possible outcome collapses into the same undifferentiated bad. It's worth being precise here, because this moment gets misread constantly. Arjuna isn't a coward. Nothing before this moment suggests he's ever backed away from anything in his life. What's happening to him is situational, not permanent. His nervous system correctly identifying an overwhelming moral and emotional load and responding exactly the way any human body is built to respond to it. The freeze isn't a character flaw. It's proof the moment was actually as heavy as it felt.
Here's the detail worth taking with you. Arjuna doesn't push through it. He doesn't force his hand back onto the bow and pretend the 8 signs aren't happening. He sits down. He stops. He admits out loud that he cannot see a good outcome right now. That single act, stopping instead of forcing, is the only reason the rest of this story is able to happen at all. Everything that follows starts with a moment of honest, unforced stillness. The next time you feel 2 or 3 of these 8 signs arriving at once, the dry mouth, the shaking hands, the spinning thoughts, try naming them out loud, exactly the way Arjuna did, almost clinically. My hands are shaking. My mind is spinning. Naming a physical sensation precisely and without judgment is one of the fastest ways to pull your prefrontal cortex back online. You're not telling yourself to calm down. You're simply giving your thinking brain something specific to work with again. Arjuna didn't have a name for any of this. He had no framework to reach for in the middle of it, only the 8 signs arriving one after another with nothing to slow them down. You do. The next time your body starts running through this list, one long, slow exhale, longer than your inhale, signals directly to your nervous system that the emergency has passed, even before your mind has caught up. It won't stop the freeze from happening. It will shorten how long it holds you. If you have ever frozen before a hard conversation, a hard decision, a hard truth, you have not failed at being brave. You have run into the exact same 8-part system Arjuna ran into, thousands of years before anyone gave it a clinical name. The freeze was never proof that you couldn't handle it. It was proof that some part of you understood exactly how much was actually at stake, more accurately, in that instant, than your conscious mind could. 3 things for the next time your own 8 signs arrive. Name the sign specifically, instead of just calling it anxiety. Slow the breath on purpose, longer on the way out than the way in, and let yourself sit the way Arjuna did, instead of forcing yourself forward before you're actually ready. Stopping, honestly, is not the same thing as giving up. Arjuna sits down. He stops, and for the first time since the armies gathered, he turns to the one person standing beside him in that chariot and asks for help, without any performance left in his voice. What Krishna says back to him is the reason this text has survived for 5,000 years, and it starts with the very last words of this chapter and the very first words of the next.